How are you?
I'm great, Jen. How are you?
Thank you for joining me on one of our vendor spotlight podcasts. I think we're going to have fun doing this together. I think we've known each other at least over 25 years.
Absolutely. I remember going in to get treats out of your dad's office downtown Cincinnati.
So here we started in insurance. I'm on the broker employee benefit side now, and you've been in the dental industry for a long time. How many years has it been that you've been on the dental side of things?
It's 18 years now.
Okay. Yeah. And you've had such a great career, and you've always been kind of our go-to dental person. And I know that recently you've landed with Beam Dental, which the thing I love about it is that they are an Ohio-based company. It may not be as well known, name like some of the bigger carriers, but it's such a fantastic company, a great dental plan, and you're serving our community. You're hiring people in our community. And I like having our representatives in my backyard, and you are in our backyard. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely. It's great. In 7 years, we're up to 350 employees. Vast majority are housed in Ohio or over in Northern Kentucky. But then we do have sales team throughout. And COVID changed it a little bit. We're hiring some outside, but Ohio-based company with a factory in Northern Kentucky. So I love this story.
Well, and what's been great for us is you are also part of our True Network. You're a partner with us. And so that's basically giving Beam, even though they're in Ohio, a whole national presence, which I think has also been fantastic and integrates with our benefit platform, which tons of our clients are on, which really kind of streamlines the administration side. Well, tell me a little bit about Beam and why you chose to go there and just some unique features about it, because I'm really excited about this option for our clients.
Yeah, what I love about Beam is how we leverage technology to just create some efficiencies, but we don't take the people away. And I think that's always the scary thing for people with technology is, well, but what if I need somebody? What if I need to talk to somebody? You always have somebody that you can call and get a live person. But with today's world, we're not always working during traditional office hours. And so a lot of our self-service tools for the group administrators, as well as the brokers, you can have accesses to invoices and benefit summaries and policies. All of those things are available on our portal called Lighthouse. And so, if it's outside of normal business hours, you're still going to be able to make progress and to get the information that you need. So I love the combination. Our app is fantastic. The ID card is on there. So, for a lot of the younger working people that aren't used to, carrying a big purse or, all this information, everything's right on their phone that they need, and they can text it to, whoever else in their family that may need it. But if you need a paper ID card, I can get you a paper ID card. So I love how we balance it.
I really like that. And I do believe, having that balance with technology and a person is fantastic, because especially with like different generations in the workforce now, some want the paper, they want the ID card, others want access immediately and they can get it. And that's been a great thing about our partnership with Beam. And also you guys have the fun thing where everyone gets a toothbrush.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about that.
I'm here to show you. So this would be the box that it comes in. I'll mention that these are manufactured over in Northern Kentucky.
Oh, cool.
So it's a Bluetooth toothbrush. You can see it there. Every member over age 4 is eligible to get a free toothbrush. And what I love about this is insurance in so many instances is intangible, right? There, we talk about things. We may have an ID card. We can see things, through a portal, but, to interact with it on a daily basis is a little difficult to do. So I love the focus on wellness. It's got a timer on it. So with kids, it helps teach them, appropriate amount of brushing, and it buzzes every 30 seconds. So you're supposed to switch quadrants. So there's an educational piece to it. But I love how twice a day you can interact with your dental insurance as opposed to twice a year when you're handing an ID card to a provider.
Right. Well, and I do think, I mean, I remember when my kids were little, the worst thing is trying to get them to brush their teeth. Well, actually, I say little, probably in their 20s is still an issue. So if we can make it fun, and challenge them by giving them a toothbrush, I think it's just a unique feature that you guys do. I know everyone in our office has them, and it's always fun when you bring
Yeah.
them in. And you can't rush it. Mine used to just like brush really quick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it reminds you of that, and it's got an app too. So I bust my 10-year-old on that all the time. Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah.
And then I can show him on the app that I know. So
Oh, okay. I forgot that it does that. That's actually really cool. So I am going to assume that some people watching this, especially in the HR space, talk about the network with Beam. I know with dental, everyone's like, well, how's the network? How many providers? Are my employees going to be happy? So that's a big deal to them.
Yeah, we actually are leveraging two networks right now. So we use Dynamax Plus as well as dental benefit providers. What I love about that, though, is on our Find a Dentist, there's no drop down. So you're not having to select dentist, which I know so many times if you're stacking networks, it can be very difficult for employees and for group admins. So you're literally just putting in your zip code, and then it's going to give you a list of dentists. As of last fall, we're actually recruiting directly. And so, the dentists that may not join the larger national networks, we are approaching them directly now. And so that has been a good boost. I think one interesting thing to note that we're starting to see really since COVID is from the provider side, a little bit of hesitancy to either stay in a network or to join a network. Things are changing a little bit. When we hear network, right, from the member side, we're like, oh, great. I'm not really sure what that means. I just know it's important. What it means on the provider side is they're actually taking a discounted fee to see that patient. So instead of it costing $100, they may only get paid $80.
Right.
So, I think what COVID came out on the provider side is, we could probably work a little smarter, right, instead of harder, and end up netting the same money. So, one of the things that we do with our out-of-network benefits on that is we reimburse at a higher level. And so that minimizes and reduces that exposure that people have to go non-network. And so I think we'll kind of see a shift away. That network is still very important, but it's not as critical as, let's say, on the medical needing to go to a network provider.
I can't agree with you more on everything you just said. I really think, when we're talking to our employer group, just making sure that out-of-network reimbursement level is at a good level is really the key. So many dentists are getting out of networks. I know we've got a couple friends who are dentists, and they've gotten to kind of a fee-based, like you pay X dollars per year, and that gets you 2 teeth cleanings and, a couple fillings, whatever. And the other thing I've noticed is if you really need a lot of work done, i.e. my husband, most plans have $1,000, $1,500 calendar year max anyway, right? So a lot of times when you are really needing to be at the dentist for stuff, you're coming out of pocket. It doesn't matter what network you're in. So I've definitely seen that shift. And I think a lot of our employer groups are more open. It's just making sure we educate and communicate the employees. And what's great about Beam is having that app and everything at the employee's fingertips when they need it. So I'm really excited to have another option to give our employees. Well, before we wrap up, anything else you would want our viewership to know about Beam?
Yeah, I think, our plans are built to use. So no waiting periods on our plans. There's a thing called a missing tooth clause, where if your tooth was extracted prior to the plan being in place, we don't have a missing tooth clause. So day one that you enroll in the plan, you're going to be eligible for all benefits. Implants are covered as standard. A lot of times those are listed as a rider. So our plans are very user friendly. We leverage the technology, but we still have the people. And it's just a fun company to work for, and I think that's what's been so energizing for me. Our CEO is like 32 years old, so we have a ton of fun. We work really hard. But at the end of the day, what's most important to us is our customer experience. And, I just love the focus that we have.
I'm so happy for you, because if you can make working in the dental industry fun, that is awesome, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I always say my kids are always like, "You're in employee benefits insurance, what?" I'm like, "No, we like to make benefits fun." So that's
Exactly.
why we enjoy working with you. Well, thank you for your time, and we will see you in the office here very soon.
Awesome. Thanks for
Okay,
having me. Have a
have a
great
great day.
day.
See you later.
Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye.